Anyways, let's jump past the whole entire car chase because I mean it's so ridiculous. It's kind of laughable. So we'll jump to the next scene is when he goes to see his brother, all that kind of crap. You know, if you really wanted to kill someone, I mean, the mere fact that they come to your base, have all these bad guys, and they don't kill you, it's just like, yeah, boring. What do you think
With
about that?
family.
Yeah,
Toronto's don't
family,
kill family.
right? Yeah. So,
Oh, they'll screw
af
them, but
so after all of that, we get to the magnet scene where, oh my goodness, they track
so
down.
how did it start? Yeah.
No?
I was gonna say, how did that whole scene start? I can't really remember.
So basically, they track down the whole entire other half of the device, and they decide to break into the, I guess, wherever it's being held in some secure little location or whatever. So they needed the magnets to kind of fuck up the cameras to break in because there was a delivery of him inside of a big trunk to be delivered into the safe with no like reason for why or how they managed to, you know,
As most things in Fast and Furious.
yeah, all these unexplained events that they do. Anyway, so basically they do that. They bring these crazy electromagnetics out and decide to fuck up the whole area. And then, yeah, the scene continues with them fighting inside of the truck, and Toretto and his brother like duking it out. But prior to that, Toretto is running on the roof. His brother is ziplining, and Toretto manages to intercept his brother, who's ziplining at a speed that is like 5 times his speed, but he's running on a roof and manages to intercept his brother mid zip line,
Yeah.
and then they duke it
It's
out.
wacky.
It's like, how do you explain that? It's not as if he was running on one solid roof. He had to be jumping up, down, different level roofs, different
Going side to
angles.
side
Oh my god, this movie.
versus someone quickly sliding from A to B.
Exactly. It was like, how did you get to that point? Like, it doesn't explain itself, and they duke it out. And I mean, these guys have to be freaking Hulk or something, right? He,
They're durable.
right? And super strength because you see them duke it out inside of this building, right? Like this old school building,
Oh, I
and they
forgot about this
punch
one
through
part.
a wall. Then they like smash through the ceiling or the doorway. Like these guys are like superhuman.
Well, do you remember that part where Don like throws a punch but misses and it hits this like concrete wall and it like breaks off a huge chunk?
Yes, yes.
That reminds me of one of the scenes in Fast 8, I think, where The
Mhm.
Rock he hits like a metal wall. Yeah, I mean it should like break your fists normally. But it just puts a huge dent in this wall.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
these people are durable.
crazy, crazy strength. This doesn't even compare to what's gonna come next, right? Now, after this whole entire thing, they capture the brother. They lock him up inside of their secret little base thing. And then, due to the fact that the brother tells him I was the agent, he's let out because they knew where they were and all this kind of stuff, right? Now,
Oh
there's a
yeah.
back door to this secret bunker or whatever. Now, the rest of the team managed to get through the door, and Toretto decides to lock the door behind him and to decide to fight the group, like the 20 men
Oh,
or
this
plus.
is hold on. This is after the first magnet scene.
Well, yeah, because that's like the magnet scene there isn't all that impressive. I mean,
It's got some bad stuff where it's like they're turning the magnet on and off while fighting, and it's
yeah,
like I don't know. The magnet's really selective with the metal objects that it draws in because sometimes it'll take a car, like pull a car through a building, but then it'll be going by a car and it does nothing.
yeah. The movie just does magnet magic,
Movie magic? Now we got magnet magic.
right? Anyways, like I don't know if it was even worth talking about that scene because
You
it was
heard
so
of that?
dumb. Like the brother is literally in a red car running away, a sports car on top of that, driving away, and they just amped up the magnets and it just sucked it right into the truck. And I was
You
like,
hear about that new movie coming out, Beth?
what's the new movie?
Magnet Man.
Mac No.
You,
Is that
you
an
Magic
actual
Man?
thing?
No, of
Okay,
course
I
not.
was about to
A
say,
new adult
wow.
movie. It's like Magic Man is the sequel. It's Magnet Man.
Oh, nice, 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 nice. Mm. Well,
Anyway,
anyways, so basically, they captured the brother after that scene and everything. They put him in the prison. His henchmen or whatever come to the base. Toretto is doing this whole like I am Hercules thing where he fights off 20 of them, and I mean he literally holds back. I think it was what like maybe 10 of them.
it's way more than anyone could.
Yeah, that's right. They all charge him like he's one guy versus 20 guys, and he's doing a what do you
With
call it?
like guns.
A rugby stance, right? He just locks them in place, and I'm like, oh yikes, man! This guy is like superhuman, right?
And
And
also, like, it's this weird thing where it's like, why are none of these people shooting
right,
him?
that's the whole entire. Oh, that's the next thing I want to rip on, right? It's the mere fact that the brother left and he leaves the rich dude to I guess execute the group and they manage to
Something like
escape and
that.
everything. But why is it none of them use guns to kill Toretto when they have him all by himself?
Yeah, that's a big point.
But anyways, they do this mono macho thing where he's like, I'm gonna fight you guys all to myself. Now
Yeah, and so
I
he does this to like save the group, and he like locks his baby mama, his new baby mama, on the other side
right?
to like go away. I will save family.
Yeah. But like there's a lot of things wrong with the scene, but the worst part is where he does this. I don't know if it's the
The
right
chains.
the chain thing. Yeah, you know the movie, not the movie. I think it's a religious story where Samson, like
As a
he,
Christian story, yeah.
I don't know where he pulls the chains because he's been locked together because they cut his hair or some shit.
Yeah, it's the story of sex. It's a Christian story. I think it's Old Testament,
I
but
don't know. I don't really care all that much.
basically, yeah, it's fine. But basically, his hair's long, he's strong. His hair's short, he's really weak.
Yeah. And this is the scene that Toretto does. He grabs two chains. I don't know how, but he grabs two chains and pulls down, destroying the supports, I guess?
Concrete building.
Concrete,
He pulls
exactly.
the ceiling down.
I mean, what are we supposed to say about
By
this?
two chains. And he's sitting on this little rinky dink metal platform that I know for a fact isn't stronger than the concrete ceiling.
Well, he does it. He does it. He brings it down. He brings down the house, right?
Yeah.
And
And then,
basically, yeah, go
yeah, go
ahead.
ahead. I was just going to say, like, after he pulls it down, and like the door that he had locked his baby mom behind everything, she then just comes through. And it's like, oh no,
To
don't.
save him. Yeah, she
Yeah.
dives in to save him. But the thing is, like, let's say it was flimsy concrete or whatever. The mere fact that he
Flimsy
falls,
concrete.
huh?
Flimsy concrete.
Hey, I mean that's the best way to explain it, right? Unless you want to explain that he's superhuman, he's better than Captain
Like
America,
the secret military base thing that they were hiding out in was
right?
made of flimsy concrete.
Hey, it's a possibility. Yeah, let's give them some credit here. Now, the thing my issue is like I could look over that, but the thing is, he brings down the roof, right, and everything starts falling. He falls into the water. Why isn't there debris falling on top of him?
Yep.
Like what? Like
Where's the ceiling? Did it disappear?
apparently it did. Anyways, he has this big epiphany moment where he realizes his brother doing the thing and all that kind of shit. I don't know. I kind of puked in my mouth watching it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is lame." And then he forgives his brother somehow or some way or some shit like that. I really don't care at that point. And now the best part of the movie is what's coming next, right? They assemble the device and they just place it in the hand of the girl, and the device turns on just like that. Can you explain to
Yeah,
me? She says it needs my DNA, not my fingerprints, not my biometrics. She's like my DNA.
yeah. She licked her fingers before she touched it.
Oh,
Totally.
did she? I didn't see that. Damn.
No, she didn't. She didn't. But
I know. I'm
I'm
joking.
guessing.
I mean,
They gave her some. They tricked her. They gave her some Cheetos, and the Cheeto dust was on her fingers. She licked her fingers, and then she touched the super weapon, and was like, "Oh no, I activated it."
exactly. Oh, it was one of those moments you're like, really, really, really. Okay, so I don't know what kind of time frame they had there, but they managed to make a rocket, like a rocket strapped to the car that
So
allows them to go into space.
so the aforementioned rocket that they were using to race jets and stuff, just strapped to a car.
Strapped
They
to two more rockets.
yeah, they strapped on more rockets, and the one they had before didn't even work.
Right? But the best
It
part
blew up.
is, when did they have time to fucking design the rockets to go into space? When did they have time to test any of this? When did they have time to
Well,
adjust
they
all of
didn't.
this?
They thought it was going to blow up.
But that's it. And on top of that, they strap it to a plane, and I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, like so much. They're doing so much more than they were doing before, and they couldn't even do what they were doing before.
Yeah.
And it's not like they have a high budget now or anything, because that was the issue. That was why they were strapping rockets to cars.
Yeah. Well, look. Anyways, we'll just let that slide even more because we've already
Somehow they made it
exceeded
airtight.
a good deal of time. So we'll kind of try
I
and skip
figured
through. Uh,
I kind of figured we'd do 2 parts, like a
if you want, we
2-part
could
ripping
do.
on.
Yeah, we could do two parts there.
Like we would
Um,
record it all at once and then edit it up into 2 parts.
yeah, definitely, we could definitely do that. So if you want, let's skip on to the next thing. So
The
now,
next magnet scene.
yeah, no, yeah, we're gonna get to that now. Now, look, these guys are being chased, or they're chasing after the convoy, right? With the like reinforced armored tank train thingy that's just driving through a city just like that. There's no reason for why this thing is
National
there.
Guard ain't doing jack shit.
Yeah. Now they have muscle cars yet again. Like everywhere they go, they have muscle cars souped up, ready for all types
Oh
of
yeah,
action.
no. None of these cars are road legal.
Right? Now, this whole entire scene that comes next, excuse me, it's them playing with magnets. And I don't think they know how physics work. Cause I mean, seriously.
Now, see, from the aforementioned magnet scene where they had the magnet in the car that they had stole that the enemy had, they brought that back, broke it into smaller pieces, and put it in to their supercars. And no, the magnet, like, it wasn't really like even pulling cars before when it was the giant one.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
But now they've broken it into smaller bits. And it's just like doing everything infinitely
It's
higher, like
doing
more
way
better.
more. It's doing way
Yeah,
more than before.
like way more than it was. Like it's yoinking cars back and forth. This flipping thing, fucking shit up.
Yeah. So look, I don't really disagree with the action scene because it's called for, and I'm like, fine, whatever, I'll let it slide. But the mere fact that they kind of forget about how physics work, it's amazing. Like it's amazing that they can toss and pull things without anything happening to their vehicle. Like they turn on the
Oh
magnet and
yeah.
it's like
Now I'll give them kind of the benefit of the doubt because they put it in the back of their cars and it was like they were generally always pulling something from the back to the car.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like I'll give a tiny pass for that. But just the things the magnets were doing.
But the
Nah.
thing is, that's what I'm trying to say. Like they forgot how physics work. So by turning on the magnet, you create a force, right? So if you're gonna pull something, you're also going to be pulled in that direction, right? Like there's
Yeah,
no
you
like
have to be the
they
greater mass to pull it.
exactly they were literally like driving normally, and they were tossing and pulling cars like they were rag dolls. Like it was
Horsepower,
like
bro.
what?
Horsepower, bro.
It was something else. I mean that whole entire sequence of stuff was amazing. Now, yet again, I always have to bring up this point in movies. It's the moment the main characters are in frame, bullets apparently just hit everywhere except for where it needs to be hit. Like,
They know worky.
yeah, it's like it's amazing. The whole entire scene, like these guys are supposed to be badass military people to protect this rich douchebag, right? And
Yeah.
all they do is shoot everywhere except the place that they need to shoot
Except the protagonist's face.
or vehicle. Like I watched the scene. They shot more at pedestrians, buildings, other cars than the actual vehicles they were supposed to hit. It was like amazing. Now, I'm kind of skipping through some of the scenes here because,
That's fine. None of it's worth watching.
yeah, yeah. Now,
Don't watch this movie. Like,
wait, you got to
just
give them
don't.
a rating before you tell them not to watch the movie. And I don't think,
That's my rating. Don't watch.
I don't think, I don't think we should
Don't give them your
literally.
money.
I don't think you should tell people not to watch a movie. I think you should just be like, this
No,
is
I will
my
tell them not
rating.
to watch a movie.
Huh?
I will tell them not to watch a movie.
Ah, okay. For me, I find I typically I don't think I tell people not to watch a movie because I'm always like I personally didn't like it and I give my opinion on it. And if you want, I usually tell people watch it and see if you enjoyed it, like if there's a difference, kind of thing, you know.
If your opinion of this movie, you the viewer right now, if your opinion of this movie is that, hey, it's pretty good, you're wrong. That's all I have to say to you. I'm disappointed
Right.
in your taste.
Oh, all right. So let's get to the scene where the car is in space, and they talk about not being able to fuck up the satellite because their magnets aren't working. Like I don't know how many magnets there were, and I don't know how they shipped it to Russia or wherever they launched this thing from. But they end up not being able to activate their magnets and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then they're like, hey, we can just drive through the satellite and we are going to be
Crash
stuck
into
in
it.
space, right?
We just crashed into it. We're going to commit Sudoku.
Yeah. So for them, they were like, this is like this is like for the greater good. We're gonna sacrifice ourselves by using the fuel we have. That we really need to get back to Earth. We're just gonna use it up and destroy the satellite. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Okay,
They end up,
ultimatum, there's no more fuel for us to get back. We do this.
yeah,
We don't go back.
right.
Numbers don't lie.
I'm telling you. So now after they've crashed through, the scene kind of ends with them being victorious or whatever. And yeah,
On Earth or in space.
in space, they were happy that they destroyed the satellite and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So now the brother, like one of the scenes that I have to really question was the brother ends up fighting one of the minions or one of his sub minions or whatever, right? On top of the armored vehicle.
The antagonist fights a sub.
Yeah, yeah. So they're like basically double crossing him. Now, I don't know if it was me or whatever, But this guy also, like this what do you call it? This minion of the rich guy was able to stand up to a what do you call it? A billboard at an advertisement billboard, smashes him in the back, and he doesn't flinch. He just has that thing, and he just goes right through it like nothing. I'm
These
telling
guys
you.
are durable.
I'm telling you, they're better than Superman sometimes.
Yeah. Like even Superman would be like, "Oh, it's a billboard. That's
Right?
crazy."
Like it's amazing. Amazing. Now, we'll say like oh, oh gosh, the scene that comes next, right? I have to point this out just before. So they fight, they duke it out, and then he's thrown off the vehicle. Like the brother's thrown off, and yet again, someone catches him with a car.
Lands on a car. Like you've literally just shortened their fall by like 2 feet.
But it's not even
They're
that.
still hitting hard metal.
Apologies. It's not even
They
that.
could be Cheeto dust.
Here's the problem, right? You're falling from a car, and a car is also driving at a certain rate. You're talking about two forces smacking into each other. Like you would see damage to either vehicle or person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see that. Like these guys are amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised they didn't try to make the scene kind of cooler, do the whole thing where it's like the car's spinning around as they're falling, and then Dom throws the passenger door open, and they fall into the seat perfectly, and the door closes, and they drive away.
Yeah.
But no, it's just Dom literally pulls out and is like, "Lay it on the hood, honey."
Right? Now after that the minion dude is on a vehicle, and Letty, the girl, like Dom's girl, is in a
The new
muscle
baby
car.
mom.
Yeah, the new baby mama. She's in a muscle car. She activates the magnets because there's enemy vehicle right there, and I've never seen anyone calculate this, or I don't even know how they had the force to do this. But she decides to activate the magnets, which causes the enemy car to stick to her car, and she spins the vehicle, and launches the enemy car into the bad guy.
Because the magnet turns off, and it
Yeah.
manages to reverse the polarity of the object that had no polarity. Like it's like this is like I'm can't wait for the Fast and Furious peer reviewed paper to come out for me to read.
Oh my
The
goodness.
science of magnets.
I'm telling you, like, oof, the physics in this game is just wonky. I feel like
Dang.
I feel it's a little bit like Doctor Who, you know? Timey wimey. How Doctor Who explains certain things
I just
sometimes. Timey wimey.
no. I just no. I Fast and Furious is way worse. Doctor Who is at least silly enough to admit when it can't explain something.
Right.
The doctor literally is like, yeah, I don't know how to explain this. It's just a bowl of timey wimey.
Yeah, exactly. I At least they make an attempt. I don't know about
Fast and
this.
Furious is like, oh, the jet repulsors are repulsing in repulsive ways. Ah, reverse the polarity.
It's like Star Trek. Just reverse the polarity.
Reverse the polarity. Launch
Now,
them into orbit.
right? So here is the perfect example of how we don't understand how these magnets work, right? So after that whole entire scene with the bad guy, the brother gets knocked out onto the vehicle. He's caught by the vehicle, I should say,
He
and
gets his
then
ass kicked.
yeah, and then the sister is like I guess it's Dom's sister. I don't know, one of the other female actresses. She tells
Yeah.
the brother
Say
to
lady or woman, right?
whatever, doesn't matter.
First
She
flag.
she tells him to take the car and leave or whatever. So he decides to do this, right? So now Dom's baby mama, new baby mama, and Dom are driving alongside the armored tank truck convoy thing. and they decide to activate their magnets, which causes a shit ton of vehicles to slam into this truck. Now,
But
I'm
at some point, these magnets aren't even like pulling or pushing. They're just moving things in a way that the protagonist wants.
yes, exactly. It's telepathic, whatever. Now, my issue with this whole entire scene is not the fact that they're like pulling all these vehicles to it. It's my goodness, what if there were people in those vehicles? What if there was a baby in the vehicle?
I
Like
don't
you're
care.
just pulling random vehicles into this truck just like that. And
Well,
you want
bad.
us to believe that there's no one in any of the vehicles, nothing of the sort. You're just driving along, just yanking cars out of nowhere
Yeah.
into the path of
I
this
mean,
thing.
they're not family, so they don't care.
Right?
They only care if it's family.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like it's just amazing. That scene had like I don't know, maybe 100 vehicles being tossed in front of this thing, and this thing doesn't even budge.
Dom is like so easily targeted by subscription companies
Hmm.
because every time they're like, "You want the family plan?" And he's like, "Yes, I want the
Yes.
family plan. Anything for family."
Right? Oh goodness. Anyways, so now that they've seen that they can't do anything to this thing, they decide to lock the front wheels of this truck with the magnets. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, I do.
But just
So
prior
like,
to that scene, do you remember when the sister, all the other cops for the country, they're like chasing them, and then they
yeah, I remember
decide,
this thing plowed through everything they've thrown at so far. That's the whole thing. Like, this is unstoppable.
yeah, yeah, but no, no, no. Do you remember the scene where the baby mama, she's in the back of the truck and all these cops are chasing after them, and she's like, the wires, and then she activates the magnet, which causes all the wires to just drop down to the ground, catching all the
Oh,
cops.
I remember that. It's yeah, it's telepathic at this point.
It has to be. It has to be. Anyway, so they managed to do this. All the wires come down. It snags
None
all
of
the
the ones from
cops.
before ever came down.
Right? And they were driving through a city. You would think fridges, everything in
Cell
all the buildings would be
phones.
yanked out, right?
But in the before the first magnet thing where they had like the one big one in the car they stole, it pulled a car through a wall,
Mm-hmm.
like a building.
And none of the wires came down. Nothing else except for the car was
Yeah,
dragged into the truck. It
yeah. And then it also conveniently didn't drag any of the surrounding vehicles.
yeah, I'm telling you.
I can't with this movie. Bad.
I'm telling you.
Bad. I paid money to watch that movie.
Hey. I mean, to each their own. You did it for family, you said.
I did do it for family. I went to watch it with my dad. I did it for family, but it still wasn't worth it.
Right? So now, let's get to the best scene in the movie.
There's the best
The
scene.
oh, definite. Oh my goodness. This I think it's like a 3 to 5 minute long scene, right? So
Almost.
they decide to lock the main wheels of this
Oh,
unstoppable truck convoy
it
thing.
has plowed through everything so far.
Everything. So they take their magnets, turn it on, and they activate it, and they
Two
manage to lock.
cars.
Oh,
Two cars.
2 cars, yeah, and they manage to lock the front wheels in place, causing this thing to literally lift up and flip over on its back. And
So,
the,
but yeah, for those they still aren't quite following what's happening, they took two cars to the two front tires of it, turned the magnets on, slammed the cars in between the two front tires, sandwiching them, and then hit their brakes while sandwiching that front axle. And the whole back of this like 20, 30-foot vehicle that's like armored steel starts to tip up.
It's because of the momentum, bro. It's like basically a motorcycle. When you lock the front wheels of a motorcycle, the rear lifts up. I believe that's what they were thinking.
Well, no, it's a torque thing because the tires want to keep turning, but if they stop the tire from turning, the body's going to turn around it.
I know. Yo, I'm telling you what, it's a motorcycle. This is how they viewed it. It's
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like they literally did this like if it was a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
It finally happened during recording.
Yeah, it apparently did.
Dang.
Dang,
But
indeed.
what I'm saying,
So what I was saying is like it's a motorcycle, dude. They saw it as a motorcycle. This thing is a motorcycle.
it's not a
They
motorcycle, it's a tank.
I know, but for them it was a motorcycle because basically you do that with a motorcycle, right? You lock the front wheels, the rear kicks up. So
Well,
that's what they were planning on doing with this thing, just to flip it over. If you
okay,
can't hit
so
it, oh,
yeah, but I think we're kind of not quite understanding each other here. So the motorcycle, it will do it with momentum, but if you don't have enough momentum, it's just going to stop and jam up, and you'll just stop.
mm-hmm.
This, what they were doing is the front tire was turning, and that tire is going to keep turning no matter what. And it's going to go through whatever's in front of it. So their idea was sandwich the tires, make it where the tires can't go forward, and the tire's literally just going to turn the whole vehicle around that axle.
Yeah,
Yeah, just from sheer torque.
yeah, yeah. Well, either way, whoever made that decision for this scene was quite imaginative. So yeah.
The whole writing staff on this movie was really imaginative.
So like I said, this is like a 5 minute long scene. It's amazing. It's like phenomenal. Okay, so the
Best scene in the
brothers,
movie.
right? Yeah, the brother is in a vehicle, and the vehicle gets caught underneath the truck. Now the brother jumps out on the passenger side, and Toretto pulls up in front, allowing the brother to be caught or jump onto his vehicle. And then within a split second of the vehicle, like the rear of the vehicle coming down to crush them, Toretto pulls away.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide to jump back onto this vehicle to breach it and lock it down. Now, this
Mm-hmm.
thing is supposed to be armored out the wazoo, right? Why would the
It
underbelly?
so
Why
far has been proven.
exactly? Why would the underbelly be weaker than the rest of the vehicle?
Well, in their defense, sometimes that is the thing with armored vehicles where the belly isn't as strong as everything else. But with this vehicle's case, I really don't think that would be the thing.
Yeah, I doubt it would be a thing either. Anyways, they manage to get in. They disarm the primary weapon thing, and the scene that ensues is just them crashing through a bunch of buildings and all this kind of stuff. And
Great
then
content.
the real badass bitch of the movie, she decides to fly in to try and kill Toretto. Now,
The antagonist from the last movie.
yeah, I forgot what her name is.
Me either.
Now, imagine this. This is where my creative imagination went off, okay? I'm like, wow, this armored truck been flipped over, blown into, and this thing is still running, right? It's flipping over and all this kind of stuff. Oh no, it's still on its belly, sorry, my apologies. And it's sliding down a hill. Now, I don't know how smart Toretto is, but even the smartest geniuses would not be able to calculate this on a whim. He takes a grenade of some sort, tosses it in front of the vehicle to have it blow up and flip this goddamn heavy ass vehicle over again, causing it to roll. I'm telling you, roll over a couple of times, land on its wheels, onto the road, and Toretto decides to continue driving this thing. Do you
It's
remember
completely
that
fine.
scene?
Oh yeah.
I was like, how? Who are you? You must be the smartest person in all of existence and for the future. Because for you to calculate that kind of math in a split second, you have to be like from the future or something. I don't
Why do
know.
they have a math specialist? Because I thought that was the point. It was like they can't do that kind of math.
Yeah, but Toretto was able to do it without even thinking twice. He didn't even bat an eyelash. He just, hey, let me just do this. Boom, flips it over, gets into it, starts driving, and then the badass bitch starts shooting at Toretto with the stealth what do you
A
call it,
jet.
aircraft, the jet, right? Now this is where he's even smarter. He manages to turn the vehicle in such a way that the rear snaps into place, causing it to kill the stealth jet. Imagine! Can you calculate that?
No,
Can anyone?
no.
I saw that scene and I was like, wow, best scene ever. He made two calculations that are technically impossible possible.
Yeah, that's what Trez do. They make the impossible happen.
I mean, I guess so.
But they're miracle workers.
Oh my goodness. And after all of that, the brother comes in the muscle car, which remember, these things have magnets in them. They've been in a car chase. They've been slammed into by the enemy vehicles. They've been pushing and pulling and all
They
the
should not be
debris,
running.
right? They shouldn't be running, but they should have damage. Now they pull up and most of their vehicles are like untouched, unfazed. And I was like, really? You
Mind
can
you, two of these vehicles were like grinding against the tire of this tank thing.
right?
Because they showed that they were like being ground up against it.
Right? Oh man, the difficulty in watching that movie was oof, on a scale of like Pascals. Is that it? The right Pascals? Yeah.
Pascal.
Oh
What?
my God. Forget
You
it.
talking about
Forget it.
Pascal's wager?
No, no. Like, it's like I think it's a weight thing, right? Like,
I
I
have
forgot.
no idea. You've lost me.
Yeah. It's okay. I was. What
A metric.
what is the pressure
Fine.
underneath the ocean? Isn't it by Pascals? Like the
I have
pressure
no
underneath the
idea.
ocean? I think it's
I
the
have
ocean.
no idea.
Anyways, basically, I'm just saying, like, it's just, this movie. It was something else. All right,
It wasn't
and
bad. It
and
wasn't good.
base and basically, we end the movie with them doing a family thing, and everything is back to normal, like just back to
Family.
normal. Family.
And they never explained who was taking care of Dom's baby this whole time.
Of course, it's the guy who died in real life, who they always bring back, right? They always mention. I don't know
You
his.
think he was taking care of the baby?
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what that's.
okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why the baby was in safe hands, is because he was taking care of them.
Tell you, my headcanon is that The Rock was taking care of the baby.
Oh, I don't know.
And
Well,
that's why The Rock wasn't in this movie, not the fact that it's a slowly dying franchise that he doesn't want to be associated with.
are you sure it's dying? I mean, people still go see the shit, right?
Is dying. If The
No.
Rock is if The Rock is like, I don't really want to, but we'll do like a jungle expedition movie. Yeah, it's going downhill.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, at this point, we've reached the end of the movie, and credits are playing, and I was, yeah,
Thank God.
I wanted to cry myself to sleep, but
Did you watch the end credit scene?
oh no, is there one?
The Fast and Furious cinematic universe, bro. Yeah.
I didn't even know there was one. Oh my goodness.
I didn't watch it if there was one.
Okay, I didn't watch it.
I
Uh,
just I enjoy after every like really bad movie I watch, making jokes about it having an end credit scene, being like, "Oh yeah, the Quiet Place cinematic universe."
I love it. All right, so now that we've ended the movie, I guess I will let you give your personal rating on the movie, and then I'll give mine.
Is this like an out of 10 thing?
Yeah, out of 10. Out of 10.
All right, so 10 being the best, 1 being the worst.
Yeah.
4.
A 4. Okay.
I had fun, but I hated every minute of it.
Okay. All right. I will agree with you with the rating too. I was gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
My personal thing
I like
is like, you have to shut off your brain to watch this movie, and you just can't think about
If
anything.
you just want to laugh at something and like watch something easily digestible with your friends, hell yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now,
But don't go watch it.
now, now that we've got that out of the way, normally at this point, I will also give a generalized rating for the general public. So, what would you think the general public would give this movie?
So I would say general public rating would probably be 6 out of 10, and then a critical rating would be 8 out of 10.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. For my general rating, for the masses, I would say they would probably give this a probably a good 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
not too far off. What about a critical?
I I don't know what a critical rating is actually.
Like like Rotten Tomatoes, stuff like that.
I've never really looked at any of those, so I'm not too sure. But if a critical rating is like something where professionals rate it, I guess a
Yeah.
yeah.
Basically, I'm sure you're familiar with like how like every Call of Duty game is like a 9.9 or like a 10 out of 10, but like they're all shit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so then
And it's
yes.
like that's the critical rating of it.
Oh, okay. So then I guess someone would. I guess they would give it like an 8. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Just
saying. So
they'll
I figured,
probably they'll give it an 8, and they will be like action packed, blah blah blah. Right? They'll give you like a big kind of
yeah,
like gist of whatever you're seeing.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, a 7 to 8 there.
Okay. And I thought general public would be a 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fair.
And this concludes our special event having Pancake on Ripping On today.
Yeah, Pancake on Two Idiots, One Brain Cell. Channel
Yes,
I created.
yes. We are both associated to the same franchise of Two Idiots, One
the
Brain Cell.
the Two Idiots, One Brain Cell cinematic universe.
Yes. I love it. Due to the fact that I didn't give any heads up for the movie that I was gonna be ripping on, this one, the next one that I will be ripping on, is called Blood Red Sky, I believe. It's a Netflix movie, and I believe it's only on Netflix.
Oh,
And
okay.
the reason for why I'm watching this is my little brother suggested it to me due to the fact that he said it has a great concept. And because it's my little brother, I will take his word on it, and I will definitely check it out and rip into it.
Because the family.
Cause the fan exactly.
Bad star, you're as bad as Dominic Toretto.
I agree. Anyways, we shall see you guys on the next episode. Potentially, we will have Pancake on for future episodes. But we
Yeah,
will
I'm like
also
a
have
shadow.
a few other guest invites. So look forward to that. Anyways, have a
We
good
also
one,
have some
guys.
different. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say we also got some kind of like different content lined up. Some other people are gonna feature on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and possibly some gaming content.
Yes, that will be soon. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, yes. Well, have a good one, guys, and we will see you guys for the next episode of Ripping On, and we are out.
Yeah, wear a seatbelt. Peace.